Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. All right, everybody. I'm back. Gonna be back. So tell you what, listen. You know, something interesting happened when it's Saturday morning. Torres is in the hoodie, the backwards hat, because I'm just getting my day started. I got to spend about just 10 minutes here talking about what we saw on Friday night with Shedeur Sanders, Cleveland Browns preseason. Yes, it's the preseason. Yes, we don't talk a ton of NFL. But I have been on this Shedeur thing basically since the day he got to Colorado. I have never wavered. I always thought he was good. I always thought that a lot of teams made a mistake passing on him. And at least for one night, he made me and the others who believed in him look really smart. So let's talk about Friday night preseason and why, yes, by the way, for everybody who says it doesn't matter, it absolutely does. Let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so obviously, look, Friday night, I'll say this, man. You know, there's not a lot of newsworthy things that actually happen in the preseason anymore. Starters rarely play. And I think at this point, you're just praying that nothing happens to one of your best players. You know, even guys like Matt Stafford aren't even practicing right now. So the only point I'm trying to make, it's very rare in 2025 that you get something noteworthy in the preseason, that there's something that draws you to the TV. But that is exactly what happened on Friday night when the Cleveland Browns debuted in Carolina against the Panthers. Okay, first thing that stands out to me before we even get to anything, whether you like Shedeur or whether you don't, the impact that he has. So I was hosting Fox Sports Radio with Ephraim Salam during the game, and Ephraim brought up a great point. He said, how often have you ever seen a jersey of a fifth-round pick in the stands at an NFL game, or NFL specifically a preseason game, and specifically a fifth-round rookie? Now, you get to Tom Brady down the road, Dak Prescott down the road, but there were no Tom Brady 12 jerseys at his Patriots debut a million years ago, yet there were Shedeur Browns jerseys in Carolina, and they weren't playing at their home venue. He is a Cleveland Brown. There were Shedeur jerseys everywhere, but everybody wanted to see, what did he look like? How good was he? Could he carry the momentum from Colorado? Was he overrated? Was he underrated? Well, listen, I'll say this. If you are a believer in Shedeur, he made you look very smart on Friday night. I thought he was calm. I thought he was poised. By the way, the stats back it up. 14 of 23 was his final passing total. 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I think to me, the thing that stood out, just looked totally poised, totally comfortable, and for the most part, made the right decisions. Now, you know, what was it? Maybe the first drive, second drive. I think it was the second drive. They go for it on 4th and 1. He ends up not quite taking a sack, but having to throw it away. He wasn't perfect, but I think for the most part, he just looked like exactly the dude at Colorado last year that led them to a 9-win season, and the guy that many of us thought was a first-round pick. Again, 14 of 23, 2 touchdowns. Both touchdowns were dimes, threw a couple other darts. Thought it was interesting that, you know, kind of made the right play in pretty much every situation. Again, he wasn't perfect. Nobody is in the preseason. I'm recording here on Saturday morning. Patrick Mahomes is probably going to play a little bit in the Chiefs preseason on Saturday night. Patrick Mahomes isn't going to be perfect. But Shedeur, I thought in just about every moment, really kind of made the right decision. He hit the right receiver. He checked it down. He picked up a couple first downs with his legs. The pass game, by the way, opened up the run game for him. And so, by the way, there was one play where it was like 3rd and long, deep in his own territory. Short pass, helps out the punter, flips the field, etc. So, again, he wasn't perfect, but he looked damn good, and I want to talk about it, and when I want to talk about what it means, and let me start by saying this, because I know what the comment section is already going to say. And I say, Torres, it's the preseason. It's the Panthers. It means absolutely nothing. First of all, if you're a Shedeur critic, and Shedeur was 7 of 22 passing, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, you wouldn't be saying that it didn't matter. You'd be saying that he stinks, I was right, this and that. And so it is funny, if you believed in Shedeur like I do, you think it matters. if you think Shedeur stunk coming into the preseason, then this doesn't matter. It doesn't prove anything. He's still a 5th-round pick. This is why it matters. He is a 5th-round pick. Like I mentioned, I was working on Fox Sports Radio with Ephraim Salam, okay? Credit Fox Sports Radio. They've already put out our reaction on the Fox Sports Radio YouTube page. But Ephraim told this really long story. He himself was a 7th-round pick that spent 13 years in the NFL. And he basically said, going into, I believe it was the last preseason game, his O-line coach basically said, hey, it's between you and another guy. Told them both to their face, whoever plays better tonight is going to win this job. And Ephraim was like, if I did not perform in that moment, I don't know what I would be doing right now. But he performed. He made the team. It led to a 13-year NFL career, That's unbelievable. And that's why it matters for Shedeur. Listen, we're going to get into the production in Colorado in a second. But at the end of the day, no matter what you think about him, he did end up as a 5th-round pick, okay? You know how many 5th-round picks don't even get a shot in the preseason? This kid gets a shot and absolutely delivers. And again, you can say it doesn't matter, but one, there is a universe where he doesn't even get a chance to prove whether he belongs or not. And two, there's another universe where he gets a shot and he stinks and he's not good enough and he gets cut and he's doing whatever, 5 years from now. And so when you're a late round pick, whether he should have been or not, and I'll share a little bit of that in a minute, like he was a late round pick and his back was against the wall and he did get a shot and he did deliver. And now I'll say this, we don't know what's going to happen in these next few preseason games for the Browns. We don't know if Dylan Gabriel's going to be back. Kenny Pickett is back. We don't know if Shedeur's going to play again. We don't know if he starts next week. He has made those decisions much more difficult for those in the in upper management and people making the decisions on roster cuts. Because if they weren't a believer, it's hard not to be, and it's hard not to prove that he is capable of playing at this level. And I think that to me is where I stand. Listen, I'm doing this video because I have been a Shedeur supporter. Again, you can go back and look at anything that I have said over the last year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. But at the end of the day, the talent is unquestionably there. And that's what I think is so unfair with the critique of Shedeur. If you want to say, he took too many sacks at Colorado, okay. You could say he's not perfect. Nobody is. Did he take too many sacks? Maybe. Did he have bad interviews? That's between him and whoever was interviewing him during the NFL draft process. But even if you're a Shedeur critic, here are the indisputable facts. One, nobody was talking about him as a 5th-round pick coming into the draft. The truth of the matter is everybody thought he was a 1st-rounder. It was just, is he going to be the number 1 overall pick? No, it's probably going to be Cam Ward. Is he going to go top 5 to Cleveland? No, they're probably going to go in another direction. But even on draft night, it was, are the Saints going to take a chance? Are the Giants going to take a chance? The floor is Pittsburgh in the 20s. And so, again, this notion that he's incapable of doing the job, it's just flat out wrong. There's a reason that Mel Kiper was so fired up on the draft set. He watches film. He breaks it down. He talks to people. He knows what he is capable of. And I think that's the frustrating thing to me about the Shedeur discourse. If you want to argue that maybe there was a bad interview, whatever, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure you don't know either, okay? But at the same time, what is indisputable is that the talent and production was and is there. It's so funny to me. Let's take out our opinions on this, right? Let's take out how you feel about Shedeur, and let's take out how I feel about Shedeur. Because I feel like he's covered as though he's Bronny, okay? I hate to be a jerk, but that's the truth. Like, we talk about Shedeur like he's Bronny, that he's only there because his daddy got him there, that he's only there because his daddy was like, no. Shedeur, here are the indisputable facts about Shedeur. Last year in the Big 12, you can argue, is it the 3rd best league? Whatever. It's a very good league in college football. He was the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. That is not my opinion. That is an indisputable fact. He completed 74% of his passes. He threw for 37 touchdown passes behind an O-line that wasn't good, without a run game. So the notion that he wasn't an NFL quarterback or couldn't do the job was laughable and stupid, frankly, okay? And so this notion that he couldn't do the job, that he wasn't good enough, it never made sense to me. I never bought it, and I never backed down from it. He is a very good quarterback who should have gone in the first round. And now just the question becomes, where does he fit in the hierarchy of the Cleveland Browns? Listen, I'm a Shedeur guy. I still think, Joe Flacco is going to start week 1, unless he's injured, but Joe Flacco is going to start. But you start talking about, first of all, I hate to say this, at some point, Joe Flacco is going to get hurt. It's just the truth. 40-year-olds are not built to make it through 17 games, Tom Brady notwithstanding. But behind him, you have to have a guy ready to go. We've seen Kenny Pickett. He ain't it, okay? Tyler Huntley was a free agent as of 10 minutes ago. Dylan Gabriel, I like him. He's tiny. Shedeur is capable. Shedeur proved it. Don't tell me it did not matter, because it absolutely did. If he threw 2 interceptions today, the same people that are telling me it doesn't matter would be telling me, told you so, he stinks. No, he needed a shot. He got a shot. He delivered. I'm here to tell you, it is the first of many. Listen, I wouldn't be this fired up if I didn't believe in him. He ain't Bronny James, okay? He is a guy who is capable, who is talented enough, and I think he's going to prove it. And I'll stick with what I said about the Cleveland Browns when they actually did draft him in the 5th round. I believe Shedeur is good enough, and all you can ask for, whether it's the 1st round or the 5th round, is to go to a place where you're going to get a shot to earn legitimate playing time. And I believe going into the draft, there were really only 3 spots that could happen. Tennessee, obviously, they were taking Cam Ward. The New Orleans Saints, I think they're going to regret passing on him. And the Cleveland Browns, 5th round or not, he's going to get a shot. He's going to get a shot to compete for that job. He proved that he belonged. Fired up for Shedeur Sanders. Do me a quick favor. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the Aaron Torres Pod YouTube channel. New clips and videos going up every single day. Oh, by the way, we do have our Torres on CU page. We just started it. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers before the start of college football season. If you're a Shedeur fan, if you're a CU fan, follow us on Twitter, Torres on CU.